Hello, my name is Bracera Perez. Thank you all for joining me today for our story time. I'm glad to have you all with me. So for today's story, I will be reading Let's Hear It for Amilga. Hi, my name is Amiga. Actually, my real name is Ali, but I prefer Amiga because I don't know anyone else with that name. And I am absolutely positively the luckiest girl in the world. Do you want to know why? Because I have so many friends and each one is so different. Willie wears glasses which make him look even smarter. I wish that I could wear glasses too, only I will wear bright pink ones with diamonds. My friend Isabella is a whiz at Spanish. She taught me to say te amo, which means I love you. To my two lickful poodles, Lucy and Buster. Lucy and Buster are French poodles, so they might not understand Spanish. Can y'all try it with me? Te amo, which means I love you. You can say it to your neighbor, to your family, to your parents. Chloe and Claire are twins. They look so much alike, and even their teachers can tell them apart. Of course, I can. But most of all, I'm on top of the world lucky because I have very best friends who is just like me. Penelope and I both wear hearing aids to help us hear, and we both wear them in our favorite colors. Mine is cotton candy pink, and Penelope's is grape jelly purple. Penelope can speak with her voice and hear in her hands. Speaking with your hands is called sign language, and sign language is supremely awesome. Penelope taught me how to use my fingers like this. I love you to Lucy and Buster. But you know what? Some days I don't feel even a little bit lucky. Some days I think to myself, why don't all my friends wear hearing aids? Then other days I feel left out when I can't always hear what my friends are saying. I need to hear every single sound in the whole entire universe. Like Isabella's baby brother's giggling, and Robin's trips outside my bedroom window, and the soft swan song Madame plays during ballet class. And I always have trouble hearing Chloe's teeny tiny voice. But worst of all, I feel sad and positively unlucky when mommy and daddy tuck me into bed for the night, and I can't hear them say, "We love you, amiga." So guess what? Good news. I went to see my hearing doctor, Dr. Paisley, and she said, "Amiga, I think you would hear better if you wore cochlear implants." Cochlear implants seem pretty weird to say, but easy if you think cochlear. Dr. Paisley showed me how a cochlear implant has an outside part that looks a lot like my tiny hearing aid. I can't even get it in my favorite cotton candy pink. But there's another part that Dr. Paisley hooks up to my inside of my ear. I need to have an operation in the hospital to get this inside part of the implant put inside my little ear. How in the world do they even do that? Can you all think how would one put a cochlear implant into your ear? I wondered the same thing. Of course, I was kind of scared. I never went to a hospital before, but the operation was a piece of cake. I went home the very next day wearing a bandage wrapped around my head. I looked ridiculous. I felt excited. Well, Penelope, Isabella, Chloe, and Claire all came to visit, and I told them what I've been practicing for weeks. Want to see how absolutely positively lucky I am? Look at my two new pink cochlear implants. Everyone high-fived me and shouted, "Let's hear it for Emilga!" I hugged myself super tight because I felt so happy inside. Can we all try that? Hugging each other, hugging ourselves whenever we feel happy? I know I can. Whenever I feel happy, hugging yourself feels pretty nice. I tried on my implants with all my favorite outfits. Do I still look cute? I asked Lucy and Buster. Buster licked me from my head to my toes, and Lucy ran round and around in silly circles. That means I am still adorable. I worked really hard to learn how to hear with those implants. I practiced every day listening homework with mommy. We read my favorite books out loud. How come no one ever told me that homework can be fun? Would you believe I heard Dr. Paisley so much better when I went back for a checkup and I passed the hearing test with flying colors? I clapped with my hands and twirled around the room when I heard Dr. Paisley say the same words my friends had shouted. Let's hear it for Amiga. I gave Dr. Paisley a super tight hug. Dr. Paisley reminded me, Amiga, you have to take extra special care of your implants. Always remember, never get your implants wet. I tried hard to remember the implant rules, but obviously not hard enough. Because guess who jumped into Willie's swimming pool at July 4th and forgot to take off her implants off first? My heart beat fast, my eyes filled with tears, and I felt absolutely positively unlucky. This was not good. But guess who was the smartest mother ever, even though she didn't have a very happy face? Mommy dried my implants with her hair dryer. Hooray for mothers! I thought I was pretty smart too when I decided Buster needed a cochlear implant so he would listen better. Unfortunately, naughty little Buster had other ideas. While I was putting my implant on Buster's ear, while I was he suddenly grabbed it in his wet, furry mouth and took off running all over the house. Willie, Penelope, Isabella, Chloe, Claire, and I all tried our best to catch that bad boy and rescue my new pink implant before it was destroyed forever. Willie saved the day, but he couldn't save me. Guess who had a timeout? With her trouble-making poodle. I promised myself over and over, up and down, that I would never do silly things with my implants again. Do you want me to tell you why? Because my cochlear implants are my very best ears ever, for real. Now I can hear Isabella's baby brother giggle, and the robins chirp outside my bedroom, and the soft swan song Madame plays during ballet, and even Chloe's tiny, teeny voice. Let's hear it for me. Amiga! I was absolutely positively right. I am the luckiest girl in the world. But the most excellent news of all, now when mommy and daddy tuck me into bed at night, I hear them say, we love you, amiga. The end. And this was it for our story time. So now, before we start on to our next section, we would like to do a little song that will go well to how much we should appreciate the body that we're in. So this song is We're All Amazing by London Rhymes. So it starts off with, this will work best when you guys have little toys, like if you had an Easter egg and put little beans in it to make sounds with other students. I don't have that, unfortunately, so I'll just be singing a few phrases of the song that will go along with it. So we'll start off with, my eyes are blue, my eyes are green, my eyes are brown, they're part of me. I speak English, I speak Spanish, I speak French. How about you? My hair is short, my hair is straight, my hair is frizzy, my hair is curly. It's really great. Sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm loud, sometimes I shout, and sometimes I giggle. They're all part of me, oh wonderful me. We're all amazing, we're all parts of me. We're all amazing, all parts of you. We're all different, each of us, and it's what makes us precious. So love yourself. We're all amazing. And that's why the song or the rhyme will end during a story time. And usually, what I try to do, here's a little literacy tip that would help once you have Patreons or other students in front of you doing story times, and it'll be using hand movement. So some kids will have curly hair. I added this song specifically to my hair, so my hair is straight, my hair is short. You can add it depending on your students if you were know, but in a library you will add different variety of hair. That way you get to appreciate more the person that's right in front of you. So I had a few literacy tips. That was one of them, using hand movements or customizing a song to fit the Patreons. And then also letting them talk after you're done with the story. So after reading it, it's good to have time to discuss what was heard instead of just ending it right there and then and not continuing the story. It's cutting the lines of them processing what they just read. And which is a good, how should I say it? I say this based on what I've done in previous story times with my TK and K. Part of literacy is also being able to construct conversation on what was read and continuing that conversation even after people have stated their conversations or their opinions. It's creating a space where a student can form a thought and not be interrupted, being able to develop those thoughts of what you just read to truly analyze that story. It takes time to adjust to making a conversation and thoughtful of what you just read, but this is part of growing and learning for you and the students. So you could start with a simple question: what did you think of the main character? Or what animals did we see in the story? And then this is where students will connect. It's like, oh, we saw two dogs. um, I have a dog, and they start a conversation and like connecting, and then they start connecting with one another, and you can lead that conversation of them having more interactions. Like, do you think the character was nice? Have you ever met anyone with an implant, a cochlear implant? Things that just start off connecting it, and it doesn't have to be just at the end. It could also be in the middle. There was more opportunities I could have done in the story, but during it, like, I said a certain phrase of "te amo," and I had them repeat it. That way, the story was a bit long, so if it was to cut in the middle, I was telling them, like, "Can y'all try that? Let's try that. Can y'all say te amo? I love you?" And if the participant will do, go ahead and follow, because they're not just listening, but they're actively saying it, and that helps with literacy, in my opinion. Okay, and then that's all I had for today. Thank you so much, my friends, for taking your time to do the story time with me. I hope you all enjoyed the story. I really liked the story. It was a very fun, cute story to be able to read to y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. And if my early literacy tips help you all, then I'm glad. I hope y'all have a wonderful day.